despite what you're hearing, all of our eggs of Trinidad and Tobago are not in the dragon basket.
At a conference held by the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association on Wednesday morning, Prime Minister Stuart Young quickly responded to comments that TNT's energy future is solely dependent on a dragon gas deal. On Tuesday at a media conference, he announced that the license granted to the government of Trinidad and Tobago by the Office of Foreign Assets Controller (OFAC) of the United States to pursue the monetization of cross-border gas with Venezuela was revoked. Addressing the business community, Mr. Young said he was disappointed that some have been rejoicing following the announcement.
I'm just going to say very briefly here this morning that despite how unfortunately you see the media headlines, and despite how unfortunately it shocks me still that there are actually people who call themselves citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and they believe in Trinidad and Tobago is what they say, to see people rejoicing at another setback on what we did with Dragon.
But even despite that setback, Prime Minister Young said he was engaged with U.S. policymakers in Washington, even after he made the announcement on Tuesday.
Without breaching confidentiality, I was engaged in the conversation with the policymakers in Washington. And that is the type of leadership that is necessary and needed. And it will unfold. The point is, within a matter of hours, we had the opportunity, only because of the relationships and the reputation that we have, that we were engaged immediately with those who are making the policy decisions.
He mentioned, though, that despite the revocation of the OFAC license, which affects both the Dragon gas deal and the Coquina Mannequin projects, TNT still has major projects in the pipeline.
You need to speak to your friends in the energy sector and you will see the growth of domestic projects and production of gas over the last few years. Just in the last couple of weeks, you've had the largest producer, BP, FID projects, and also announced significant success in other projects, all of which are the direct result of your government's leadership.
And in addition to this, he noted that other energy companies have been making strides.
You have the same thing going on with EOG. The Mento platform will produce gas shortly in a joint venture with BP. They have announced BP and EOG. The next one, Coconut. You have Perenco that has recently purchased some of BP's aged assets and then come and purchase some of Woodside's aged assets. You've seen that Perenco will do what they can with the stranded gas and produce more.
He also announced that CARICOM will meet on Friday to discuss the recent tariffs imposed by the United States. Sonolala, TTT News.